Good morning, everyone. My name is Greg Kahn, and I'm the head of GK Digital Ventures in the IoT Consortium. Thank you for joining us for this live spotlight session, and a special thank you to Procter & Gamble for inviting me to host today's session. We look forward to a lively, insightful conversation on digital transformation and the connected consumer, featuring leaders from P&G and Kohler. Digital transformation is enabling the development and delivery of new and enriched consumer experiences. Through technology and first-party data, businesses can get closer to consumers, refine their products to enrich the experience, and help to do the jobs that consumers need to get done. But reinventing the consumer experience with game-changing innovation is only part of the equation, as these companies are also leveraging digital to help solve pressing global challenges. So let's get started, because we have a lot to talk about today with these leaders. I wanted to begin with a few interesting news and statistics around connected technology to underscore the level of growth and disruption that's taking place in our industry today. In a year where technology has played a crucial role in keeping people connected, a period of time I'm calling the now normal, it may not be surprising that monthly tech sales have been up year over year since this past March, when COVID restrictions began in the United States. In the months that followed, tech sales experienced double-digit year-over-year growth, and this momentum is expected to continue well into the year ahead. In fact, according to NPD's Future of Technology report, Q4 of 2020 was projected to have historic growth of 18% compared to the same year in 2019. 2020 saw healthy gains in categories associated with learning and working from home, as consumers across the US outfitted their home offices with equipment needed to maintain productivity. Gains in home entertainment categories were notable, as well as consumers looked for more ways to fill their time while at home for an extended period. High growth categories included notebook computers, tablets, monitors, printers, keyboards, and mice. And with millions of Americans spending more time at home, safety and convenience upgrades were top of mind, driving smart home product shipments to 99 million units in 2021 and $15 billion in revenue, according to the CTA. As more people monitor potential COVID symptoms and manage chronic conditions, home devices such as smart thermometers, pulse oximeters, and blood pressure monitors also increased. The entire health and fitness category, including smartwatches and fitness activity trackers, are expected to increase 13%. Wow, that's a lot of digital transformation that we've seen in the past year. I'd like to introduce our esteemed panelists today, Vittorio Cretella and Tiffany Saucy from Procter & Gamble, and Jonathan Chung from Kohler. Welcome, everybody, and I'm going to ask each of you to just briefly introduce yourselves, your company, and your role. And I'll start with you, Vittorio.
I'm Vittorio Cretella from P&G, where I am the Chief Information Officer, leading thousands of very capable IT professionals driving digital transformation.
Thank you, Vittorio.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Saucy. I'm the Senior Vice President for Consumer Technology, delivering capabilities to our global business, not only for consumer capabilities, but also for digital marketing.
Thank you, Tiffany. And John.
Hi everybody, John Chong from Kohler Company. I am the VP of Digital Capabilities for Kohler, and one of the areas of my portfolio is our connected products.
Fantastic. Let's dive right in. Let's start with the phrase connected consumer, because it's so important as we're talking about technology that we really keep the consumer at heart. So I'm going to start with you, Vittorio. What does that phrase connected consumer mean to you and to Procter & Gamble's clients today?
Everything we do, Greg, ends with the consumer. And we at P&G seek to deeply understand what consumers need, what they want now and in the future. What's critical for us is to stay close to consumers, understand the needs, the jobs they need to get done. And in that context, digitization gives us a great opportunity to engage in a more personal and direct way. Now, we have the finger on the pulse of consumer behaviors and delivering what people need now and innovating to create the products we know they will want next. Let's take the example of Microban 24, which was developed during the pandemic in response to the need of health and hygiene in the home, where we spend so much time these days. So Microban 24 keeps the surfaces protected against the bacteria for 24 hours and uses a multi-layer protective shield, which binds the bacteria-fighting ingredient to the surface. Now, digital helps with that type of innovation by enabling this two-way relationship. On one end, acquiring signals, data points on preference, usage behaviors, and then on the other end, delivering back tailored messages, service and advice to consumers. And we do already communicate with consumers across digital channels, because we move to progressively from mass personalization marketing, which is about delivering the relevant message on the right channel at the right time. Connected products move this connected relationship to the next level, right? Allowing consumer to provide the data and insights about their behavior, their habits, which then P&G uses to develop better end-to-end experiences, and at the same time, providing advice and suggestion. Now, that's exactly what happens today for the millions of Oral-B IO users who benefit from the advanced technology in the smart brush, as well as the interaction from an intuitive mobile application. And of course, as you can see, our virtual immersive LifeLab experience, which you can access at pglifelab.com, shows some of these products. So that's really how we are thinking about the connected consumer at P&G. And maybe, Tiffany, you have anything to add to that?
Sure. I would just add a bit about the importance of consumer privacy and our commitment to delivering winning relationships with our consumers in the connected space, no different than we've done offline. We believe our consumers have the right to tell us the experiences they want and how they want to be engaged. And in fact, we're redesigning our Consumer Preference Center right now in order to give our consumers access and visibility to their data so they can share with us how they want to engage, and we can use that information to give the consumer experiences that they're looking for. This is important to our consumers and equally important to P&G.
Thank you, Tiffany and Vittorio. So important to consider privacy in this conversation around consumer experience. Jonathan, I want to ask you your thought around this topic of connected consumer, because Kohler too is doing some really innovative things in the marketplace as it relates to the connected bath and the connected kitchen.
Thanks, Greg. So for us, the connected consumer is somebody who uses technology to enhance their lives, connecting with family and friends, shopping online, learning virtually, working remotely, maybe starting to sound a little bit familiar. I mean, really, these days, nearly everybody is a connected consumer. And so what people are now starting to expect is that their own homes offer these connected experiences that can improve comfort, cleanliness, and enjoyment. So what we're doing at Kohler is we're creating a suite of products that are fantastic kitchen and bathroom products and provide great performance in their own right, but also deliver those personalized experiences for consumers that are going to help make things easier in their daily routines and practices. We have things like the smart shower heads, like the Moxie, that give you incredible sound quality and help you get your day off to a great start. Intelligent toilets that can give you that fully touchless, very comfortable and hygienic experience in the bathroom. And then beyond that, similar to what Tiffany said, in a simple way, we're giving consumers visibility and value from their own data through things like our smart touchless faucets like the Cetra. It can help you monitor your water usage, And this is a great starting point in reducing water usage, which is really one of the goals of the 50-litre home coalition that we're partnered with P&G on and others. So finally, one of the last examples I'd like to provide is products like our Kohler whole home water monitoring system powered by Fin. I mean, this is where we're bringing the power of machine learning to help homeowners detect leaks and monitor water usage anywhere in their home. So for us, the connected consumer is somebody who's aware of the power and the possibilities of connected devices and really wants to bring that into their home to enhance the way they live.
Thank you, John. I want to turn it back to you, Vittorio. Procter & Gamble's approach has always been to combine deep consumer insights with science, which is so impressive and so timely here at CES. This year marks P&G's third major presence at CES. Of course, it's a virtual presence. And in all of our calls leading up to this event, you've mentioned that the lines between physical products and digital files are being blurred faster than ever before. In this year's Life Lab, you're sharing several products and initiatives that P&G is working on, including the Happy, Healthy, Hygienic Home Experience, where brands like Dawn and Febreze, Microban 24, and Cascade are helping consumers stay happy and healthy each day. The Oral-B IO experience, which gives consumers a professional, clean feel every day. And as we just mentioned, the 50-litre home coalition experience that immerses visitors in a world of water and demonstrates how we as an industry can impact the consumer. It's all really impressive. From your perspective, how does P&G, a trusted brand with so much history and such a well-established consumer base, use this information to create new products?
P&G is reinventing the consumer experience by defining and growing brands, consumer trust and love with superior and irresistible innovation. Now we combine robust consumer-based insights and discoveries with breakthrough science, which is basically inspired by the way people live, work, and play. And what's key in all that is to create this continuous loop of information between research, innovation, and delivery. That means collecting and connecting data points across the whole chain and apply advanced analytics in the form of machine learning and AI. Now we're going through a stage where not only automation is making what we do faster and more efficient, but above all, it let us create value in the form of new and more compelling consumer experiences. So let's take the hygiene, for example, and you mentioned the healthy, happy, and hygienic home. Especially now with COVID, there is high consumer focus on keeping their homes clean and safe, and a desire to do that with highly functional products used in the most effective and convenient way. Now, what we did by digitally connecting our household research panels, we acquire a wealth of data points, which then feeds our AI-enabled innovation and manufacturing processes, and in the end deliver a superior consumer experience. On one hand, shortening the product development time, but also increasingly providing rich and near real-time feedback to any product or formulation changes.
Fantastic, Vittorio. John, I want to ask you a similar question because Kohler is showcasing several new app-controlled products that use high-tech features to make your bathroom smarter. I've been talking a lot about connected bathrooms in my world for the past couple of years, but with this year, with COVID and with individuals being at home almost full-time, it's become more timely than ever. You've created some really interesting products and innovations, some of which are lifestyle-oriented and some are which are more on the hygienic side of things. And so I want to share a couple of those. One is the Stillness Bath, which offers features customers would want to turn bathtub into a full spa experience. You can't go to the spa, might as well bring it to your home. That includes full spectrum lighting, fog features, and essential oils that could be added to a bath via an app. My wife's going to be very excited about this, John. The touchless bathroom faucet, providing hands-free activation for washing hands, brushing teeth, and other daily tasks. Really important in the COVID world and even beyond. And then also the Sensate faucet with Kohler Connect, which is a virtual kitchen assistant where you could speak to the faucet to receive measured amounts of water and other hands-free help. So, let's talk a little bit about that because consumers today are looking for both connected experiences like the spa and also products and features that help them stay healthier. How do you address those consumer needs, and how do you balance those two, providing an experience, but also a functionality of convenience and health?
Great question, Greg, and thanks for outlining some of the exciting new products that we're introducing at CES. I'd also personally highlight that stillness bath, which to me, provides a pinnacle of immersive intelligence, spa-like bathing experience. And I'm trying to keep it quiet for now because my wife also will be very excited by it when she sees it. So for something a bit different from that bath, though, we've got other really approachable ways to start creating those connected bath experiences. Something like the Moxie Smart Shower, a performance showering experience that people expect from Kohler, awesome sound by Harman Kardon, in a connected package with a really simple do-it-yourself install. So for us, we're trying to offer the broad range of products, from the stillness to the Moxie and everything in between, to bring cleanliness, relaxation, and well-being together in the kitchen and bathroom. We've been designing for cleanliness and health since the beginning. John Michael Kohler introduced our first enamel bathtub over 100 years ago, and recently we've continued that with the introduction of smart toilets and touchless faucets in the last decade. So for us, it's really only natural that the connected technology just continues to augment the experience we provide in line with changing consumer needs. So one example of that would be of a connected experience that helps people stay healthier, and as well as an example of how we're iteratively improving our connected products, is the hand washing skill that we added to our smart faucets, with the COVID outbreak. I don't know about you, but it's not that easy to wash my hands properly for 20 seconds. So, that skill really helps to make it easier and more convenient for people to keep themselves and their loved ones safe and healthy. And I just love that it was iterative and was delivered to improve our products.
Thanks. Say that you should sing happy birthday 2 times while you're washing your hands. So maybe we can introduce that feature next year. I want to bring it back to Tiffany, because Procter & Gamble has always been a pioneer in retail as well, and there's so much innovation that is taking place in the direct-to-consumer area, and you're really the lead in this area. I know that this is an area even pre-COVID that P&G was extremely engaged in, but COVID dramatically impacted the retail arena, and I'd love to ask you the question about, when the pandemic first hit, how did you think about connecting with consumers in a DTC space, a direct-to-consumer space?
Great question, Greg. COVID absolutely has brought new dimensions to direct-to-consumer business models and strategies, and has done so with a sense of urgency industry-wide. So, as you mentioned, retail and also every industry that can access consumers online. As your question stated, we were actively leveraging technology to reach consumers digitally, directly through digital channels. And we had great technology foundations already in place to be able to respond quickly. So we were well prepared in that sense. We have used direct-to-consumer models to learn more insights about how our consumers shop our brands and gain more insights through our omni-channel capabilities that we have, which became very useful during this time. The pandemic has also emphasized the need to drive engagements that are highly personalized and align closely to what our consumers expect and need. These personalized experiences, I think Vittorio mentioned earlier how we're using this insight to drive our consumer driven product innovation, and we will continue to leverage the data we collect during this time for that strategy that we have here at P&G.
Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing that. Certainly are pioneering in the DTC, and I think the big key takeaway from that is personalization is so important, and again, P&G a leader in that way. I want to segue a bit to talk about the home, which has evolved so much. We all have seen the progression of Microsoft Teams and Peloton. The home is becoming more digital and multimodal, and many companies, including you both today, P&G and Kohler, are creating platforms to meet this trend head on with tech that removes every friction from cooking to cleaning and more. How do you see the connected home evolving in this year ahead, when so many individuals will still be in lockdown and then maybe emerging at the end of the year back into society? And so, Vittorio, I'd love to ask you that question first.
Yeah, let's say that with lockdown, for sure, we are spending more time at home and rediscovered quite a few domestic jobs, which in turn creates demand for seamless and engaging experiences. Now, for example, when you clean dishes twice a day is more than you used to do before, you start to appreciate the quality of a highly effective dish detergent. So in the case of Dawn Power Wash dish spray, that eliminates the need for soaking by clinging to food soils and cleaning baked on grease 5 times faster. So all you have to do is to spray, wipe, and rinse, and your dishes are clean. And that leaves on one end more time to enjoy the things that matter most in life, and second, make life more sustainable using less running water. Now, P&G is present across several key categories for home hygiene and personal hygiene, and we have the opportunity to work with partners like appliance manufacturers to build this effective and engaging end-to-end digital experience for consumer daily routines in the kitchen, in the bathroom, in the home. Now, the same partnerships enable us to provide sustainable solutions like we're doing with the 50-liter home coalitions that Kohler is part of. Now, there is no global standard today across the ecosystem, but we're moving toward that, with a common objective to make the experience seamless and ensure sustainable solution. And, our approach to innovation is really founded in both equality and inclusion, recognize that when our people feel seen, heard, and valued, they bring new ideas that transform those experiences for consumers that are often left on the side.
Thank you, Vittorio. Tiffany, anything to build?
Yeah, listening to Vittorio, I can tell you the continued lockdown has highlighted all the things I would love somebody else to do as it relates to cooking and cleaning in my home. But as Vittorio shared, our products expand the household, and we are in a unique position to see how we can simplify the connected home experiences with our portfolio depth. We also know that first to market matters, and if we can establish the right partnerships as part of our early thinking, we have the best chance to meet the consumer's needs early in our innovation cycle.
Thank you, Tiffany. And John?
Yeah, I think as the pandemic continues, we're going to see continued acceleration of those themes that we saw emerge over the last year or so. And so for us, the first is that growing awareness that we've talked about of the importance of hygiene. We've found that 85% of Americans, even more if they have children under the age of 18, are more interested than ever in purchasing automated or touchless products. So we're responding to that. You can see that reflected in some of our products like the touchless bathroom, faucet, and touchless toilets. We're also changing the way we design our products. So we're looking at materials that repel dirt and allow for easier cleaning, reducing the nooks and crannies and designing more flat surfaces to further reduce that cleaning workload. So Tiffany, I don't know if I have the answer for somebody else who can do that work, but maybe together we can help reduce the amount of work that needs to get done. The second theme that we're seeing is around that growing importance of the home. As Vittorio said, right, we're spending more and more time there. So for many of us, it is still home, but it's also the office, the daycare, the school, the gym. And so we also have found that this trend is likely to persist. So our insights indicate that 77% of Americans are intending to spend more time at home even after restrictions are eased. And so one of the big side effects of this increased time at home and the resultant blurring of the personal and private life is that people starting to yearn, and I can speak to this personally, for balance, more ways to escape the pressures and anxieties of everyday life. So for us, some of these themes and insights mean that we're going to just continue to focus on products and experiences that make it easier to be safe and hygienic and improve physical well-being through these benefits, things like touchless. But at the same time, we want to provide moments of delight and restoration so that can help people improve their emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being as well. We talked about the stillness bath. It can help you foster those practices and rituals to help you recharge. Imagine finishing the cleanup after a family meal and telling your smart faucet, your Cetra smart faucet, to prepare your bath. And lastly, we really do want to design for both form and function. The technology is incredible. We also want it to largely be, out of sight and out of mind. It's a bit like the Videra intelligent mirror. It's just a beautiful grooming mirror that helps you look and feel good with integrated lighting and really nothing more, apart from that little grey bar that integrates Alexa. And so for me, that's the essence of what a relaxing, recharging, hopefully very hygienic and ultimately human experiences should be, which is what I think we all want more of in 2021.
So true, John. My daughter's name is Alexa, so it's very interesting in my home with the integrations, but really, really important information. We're getting a real-time question from the audience, so I want to serve that up to the panelists. Can you speak to we've spoken a lot about personalization today, and the specific question is, This is a conversation around the connected consumer. Can each of you share what types of personalizations consumers expect today in January 2021? And I'll start with Vittorio or Tiffany, if you want to share what types of personalization can consumers expect?
I will start and then I'll hand over to Tiffany maybe. Okay. I think we are showcasing 3 examples as part of our live lab. Number 1, connected products that present that digital dimension, physical and digital. So how does technology and connectivity augment the experience? In the case of oral BIO, other connected products that P&G offers, like Lumi Pampers, the diaper changing station that provides advice and monitoring to parents on the health and sleeping patterns of the baby. So that's the first dimension. The consumer expects the connectivity augment the end-to-end experience. The second thing that we showcase, and especially with the healthy, hygienic and happy home, is how we, being present across categories and using technology very often through sensors in our consumer panels, can connect data and feed that back into innovation and create a continuous loop with consumers, so that we really understand what they need, what needs to get done with both connected or not connected products. And last but not least, I think connectivity is an opportunity to be, again, a force for good. And the example that we are showcasing with 50-liter home is how do we use technology for sustainability, recycling some of the water that you use in the shower to flush the toilet, for example. And so all those for me are 3 key examples, and that basically respond to the expectation of connected consumers today. Sorry, Tiffany, go ahead.
Thank you, Victoria.
No, I think consumers have moved away a bit from expecting emails addressed to us in first name, and thinking about how we can look at products that actually truly align to our personal preferences and needs in our daily lives. So whether we have specific product needs with respect to household cleaning or anything to do with our personal products, I think consumers are looking for those to be more personalized. If you think about how we can even look at designing our product bottles to design for someone's household. So I think personalization is going to a level that fits into the consumer's lifestyle, not necessarily just name it or geolocations of where they are, weather-related personalizations that we've seen in the past.
Thank you, Tiffany. Done.
Yeah, I think it's personalization is building on that is about providing value to people. It's not something that a company might think is cool initially. It's something that really helps people in their lives. So combining product and experience in a way that makes sense to you. Just some examples that I can think of. One of my colleagues, Jonathan Bradley, he has a daily game that he plays with his children. I don't have the same game. It's pretty cool. I might need to reduce it. Their job is to fill the dog and cat bowl, the pet bowls, with the right amount of water, and he can set a preset on his faucet to do that. So that makes it really easy for his children. Another example, which is really relevant for me, is like running the bath to the right level and the right temperature for my kids. You want to make sure it's fairly shallow and it's quite warm, not hot. These are the sorts of experiences that I think are meaningful for people. And then maybe the last one would be, I sort of touched on it earlier, that Cetra and Fin providing visibility to your water usage touches on something that Vittorio mentioned. The ability to be aware of and increase our sustainability, I think, is important to a lot of people. And that's what we want to offer through personalized experiences.
Thank you, John. Vittorio, I want to come back to a phrase that you just mentioned, which I think is so important to highlight in this session, which is technology is a force for good. And I think that we're seeing a real fortunate sort of trend towards that in the industry, of course, P&G being a leader. One of the things that's so important, I think, to all of us, the 4 of us and everybody in the audience today, is diverse and inclusive design in building a holistic media and technology ecosystem. Love for you to just share a little bit about how P&G is addressing diversity and inclusion.
Sure. Number 1, let me reiterate that P&G believes that equality is fundamental to humanity and to the success of the global society. And what we strive for is to create equal access to and empowerment through our products, and equal representation inside our company, reflecting really the consumers, the mix and the diversity of the consumers we serve, and across our supply chain, and use that to reach resources, promote equality around the world. Now, while equality is essential, we also know that inclusion changes the game, and our approach to innovation is founded in both equality and inclusion, recognizing that when our own people feel seen, heard, and valued, they bring new ideas that transform the experiences for consumers that are often left in the margins. So he recognized that when we offer consumers equitable and inclusive experiences and support through our company and our brands, we help communities around the world to become stronger.
Thank you, Vittorio. And I wish we can have this conversation all day, because I know we have so much more to share with the group, but we're out of time today. So I want to, first of all, thank Vittorio and Tiffany and John for joining us for this conversation. Thank you for being here at CES, the first virtual CES, and I encourage everybody to visit the Immersive Life Lab experience at pglifelab.com. So please check it out this week, and you'll be able to see it after the fact. Thank you all, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, take care.